1.
We were very excited to obviously get the opportunity to work with Thor. And Thor did tell us since day one that they wanted to be the biggest and the best. Got this phone call that they wanted to put on a concert with Keith Urban. This is where BMG comes in as a company that, one, pulls this type of operation together, but can also discuss directly with the agency and the actual artist agent in being able to properly do that. And we had some very frank conversations with them. I mean, we had the actual conversations of, is this the right crowd for Keith Urban? Will he like this type of crowd? Does this fit his demographic? What is the demographic? They were asking a lot of questions.
Thor specifically focuses on the dealer and the sale with the dealer and the relationship with the dealer. But this year we wanted to give back a little bit with the experience and our 10th year anniversary. We have over 535 RVs. We'll have approximately 3,000 to 5,000 attendees. We have about 1,500 pre-registered and about 800 staff. But we wanted to step it up a little bit with new grounds and offer something back to our dealers as an overall experience. And we're really happy that Keith Urban's here.
Even though a company can hire a top-level artist, it's can they support what it takes to put on the actual artist? And Keith Urban requires a big stage, a big setup. I mean, he just coming off a national tour. So that became okay, now we're dealing in more of a tour size setup, giant stage. Then you put a giant stage outside, that becomes a giant roof, which giant roof becomes a giant overall operation, which takes a lot of time. Where the concert's being held is at the RV Hall of Fame, a side lot that will one day be an expansion of the RV Hall of Fame, which is just a blank gravel lot. And at the same time, they were building the rest of the venue, which is where they're housing the RV show, which is essentially a giant parking lot and then an indoor venue that hosts all their food and activities while this 5-day RV show goes on. So we now knew that we were into an entire operations of putting a mini festival on. Even though it's only a 5-hour concert, they needed everything, all the infrastructure, everything from power to restrooms to bars to back of house, hospitality, office space, production office space, everything. And that also came into putting up a giant stage and going a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger on the production. The experience for the crowd, being that this is still a private show, was a huge topic of ours. We wanted to get the crowd as close to Keith Urban. Everybody who comes to this is a VIP. We wanted to make sure that there was plenty of food. They wanted to make sure there's plenty of beer, plenty of restrooms, because that's the other killer of this thing, is that you can have a great stage and a great sound, but if you have to wait in line for a restroom for an hour and you can't get your beer, you're just as frustrated. So we put all the stops in of looking at all the angles and keeping it a secure facility with running a great security detail. Thor was very, very persistent that we make this be as inviting as possible. So we had to make the RV show blend in with as much of the concert, even though they're two separate things within the event. We're just overall executing a flawless project with every type of scenario, from an operations and execution plan that keeps everybody in the audience safe, but also gives us a foolproof way to make sure that the performance goes off without a hitch, and that we met the demands of Thor and the writer and the band. Such a great client to really give us the means to do it, that we did.